Hi, Nicholas Livingston here from the wine company to speak to you about Il Follo Rosé. It's a Brut Rosé from a special part of Italy in the northeast called Valdobbiadene. And in this case, the wine is named for Il Follo, a town in the Cartizze foothills. Now this is, as you dial in and come from a mile-high view down to the very most prized soils, calcareous soils of Valdobbiadene. This is sort of the epicenter of the finest Prosecco that you can find. But this is a Rosé, so it's its own creature. It's not technically a Prosecco, but it's made by a Prosecco making family. It's 90% Glera, which is the aromatic, floral, and fruity grape variety that go into Prosecco, but it's 10% Pinot Noir. And what does that do? It lends to the Glera's sort of orchard fruit, apple, and pear nuance to expressions of red fruits, other floral notes, a little bit more depth, and a very nice texture. This is made in the Charmat method, which is instead of the champagne method or traditional method, as we say, which happens with the yeasts working on the remaining sugar in the bottle to then create the sparkle, but then have no place to go as they would in a barrel or with some sort of pressure release valve. They have to dissolve into the wine. In this case, to preserve more of the fruity nuances and less of the strong yeasty autolytic notes, it's made in pressurized stainless steel tanks, which preserve the fruit, keep it softer, easier, gentler in terms of effervescence, but these are still persistent fine bubbles. It's an estate wine made from fruit that they grow on one of 5 plots by the Follo family. They have been at it for generations. They are actually named Follo, which in the Valdobbiadene dialect comes from follare l'uve, which means grape presser or grape grower. They have been farming sustainably as long as they've been around, since 1960 as an estate, but forever before that. It's a great food pairing wine for many reasons. It's only 11.5% alcohol. And because it's a rosé that sparkles, it has much more opportunity. It can pair with fried foods beautifully. It can pair with nothing at all because it's complete on its own. It can pair, because it has 10 grams per liter residual sugar, still keeping it on the Brut spectrum, it has a bit more fruitiness and a bit more soft characteristic, so that it can go with salads, even if it has candied nuts or fruit involved. But it can also stand up to poultry, duck, and even richer flavors like pork belly, because it can cut through the fat thanks to the acidity, thanks to the sparkle, but then it has enough body and enough character so that it can pair well. It's an absolute treat. And if you haven't tried it, you very well should. And if you have a chance to travel to Italy once things are safe, you should make a point. It's in the Cartizze foothills. They do agritourism beautifully, and they're the warmest people you could imagine. So there's really nothing to hesitate from finding this wine. An everyday drinking sparkling rosé. Enjoy.